stop. Brian Saff here with another NRW Checkpoint. Brian, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, it's been there are too many things to talk about in the past 2 weeks since we last recorded.
Yeah.
Way too many. We ain't even talking about Xboxes. Whatever. But
That's
since
crazy.
we last saw each other, Sony has announced that as of January 2028, they're going to stop producing. Oh, let me back up. I'll save that as like the second part, because the first part, the second part really is leading to. So,
right,
when we were gone, GTA 6 pre-orders went live. $80 for the regular edition, $100 for the premium edition. There's a lot of stuff locked behind that paywall to get the premium edition. But this is the thing that people were talking about outside of the $80 and $100. No physical edition.
None.
And you have that. And then we had the announcement from Sony a few days ago stating that they would be ending creation of physical media as of January 2028 and go entirely digital. And this is the same Sony that also announced that due to licensing reasons, that 500, now while this isn't games, but 500 plus movies and TV shows would be leaving their platform due to licensing. Even if you bought them, they would be gone.
Yeah.
And also that we're back on this again, the Vita and PS3 store will be shutting down, I think, next year. That announcement was made also. Like, for real? You know, we've heard this and we'll say now we own nothing. And that's really the messed up part of it. It's funny. I was online today and I was on, the Xbox store and I was talking. I was on the phone and I'm like, I was looking to buy something, see what was cheap. I ended up getting the Namco DLC to the Atari 50th anniversary. It was like $5.50. I'm like, all right, cool. Pac-Man, all those versions, Dig Dug, Galaga. Had me a Galaga, right? But I was talking ended up talking on the game thing, and I was really paying attention to one thing about all of these digital storefronts is that they are walled gardens. Basic economic pressures don't impact those walled gardens. For instance, you have, physical media, game prices are cheaper because there's less demand and stores want to sell them.
Right.
Basic supply and demand. With these digital media or these digital storefronts, there's no supply and demand.
Right.
I was saying, okay, so Fight Night, right? Well, Fight Night probably lost at $49.99 back whenever it launched on Xbox 360. The fact that they're still charging $20 for that 20 years later, it's crazy to me. Same thing with the all the Call of Duties, like those older ones that came out on the 360 and whatnot, Modern Warfare. Like the fact that they're still trying to charge $20 and $30 for games that are 2 decades old are ridiculous. And that shows that where the normal market pressures don't impact those digital storefronts, because since they're walled gardens, they can pretty much do what they want. And that's one of the things outside of the ownership of the physical media, the market pressures, the supply and demand, that applies to physical media, because then you have retail in all these stores that have these games or don't have these games. And that is also why when you go to collector's market, you have games that are super duper high because they're a limited quantity and a lot of people want them. Again, supply and demand. Basic economics impact the pricing. All of these storefronts are removed from basic economics, especially the consoles. I think Valve, you probably have a lot more competition on Steam because it's Steam and the sheer number of games. But the fact that, I still see games that are 20 years old that are still fetching, maybe 20% off of what they launched
when
at.
they came out. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's ridiculous to me. Like those games, when I am buying, again, I just bought the Atari pack, right? Which retails for $8. I think it was $8 before the discount, right? But that is 3 different versions of Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxan, and Dig Dug. And I think there are a couple different versions. So I think it's at least 10 different games or 10 games and versions of various games on there. And that's $8. And those games are 40 years old in many respects. The fact that digital media allows the prices to stay inflated is, and again, not saying they have sales or anything, but allows these companies to keep the prices of these games arbitrarily high compared to where they would be if in a physical state on a store shelf.
Right.
And that is why when GameStop was in its heyday, we love GameStop because of the very reasonable prices we can get for used games and old games compared to digital storefronts. It's, that's the first thing that struck to my mind. I was having this conversation today. And then you go to the whole Studio Canal thing. And while that's not games, that is still, hey, we can take this from you whenever we feel like it. You don't own it. You just have a license. And when we say your license is up, it's up. And that is the most concerning part of all of this.
Right. It just leaves room for you to keep spending money endlessly on things that you feel like you should be able to just one time and be done with it. We're in an interesting place in the gaming world. I don't know. I know we often talk about like, oh, gaming at one point it's going to be, luxury, something that you have to be willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on just to partake in. And that's what they wanted to be. This is definitely heading in that direction.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. And again, it's funny. I heard people say, "Oh, it's because of AI." Well, look who the biggest players in AI are: Microsoft,
right?
Google, like all these. Yes, they created a demand for the higher end chips. The chip companies. I saw a really good video on this where they literally like you want to be upset with them, and we have every right to be, but they were losing money. And then all of a sudden you had a demand for high-end chips. They didn't have an infrastructure to do both evenly, so they switched to focus on the higher-end chips because that's where the money was. And honestly, in business, you go to where the money is. I don't blame them. However, there's lesser lower-end chips for like consoles and phones, computers, so then those prices are now skyrocketing.
Right.
And that goes to the Steam Machine was finally announced.
Yay.
And the entry-level Steam Machine is $1,050. And I think when we talked before, we were speculating $700 to $800 would be a pretty good spot for it to start, and especially to compete against the consoles, especially as they are now, I think the Xbox Series X is now what, $800, $900 with the price increase. Is freaking ridiculous.
Which is crazy.
So it could compare from a price perspective. Now, mind you, one thing that I'm not a tech guy, but people a lot smarter than me have said that the Steam Machine does not compare to your Series X or your PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 5 Pro when it comes to specs. However, and also you can get a pretty decent gaming PC for less than that. So I totally understand the concerns as far as that's concerned. But it's a telltale sign of where we are with the price of components, and everything keeps going up. And honestly, Xboxes went up again for like the third time in a year and a half, or whatever it is. PlayStation is probably going to go up again. Switch's price hike doesn't go into effect until I think either August 1st or September 1st, and that's only $50. But still, they will go up again because this RAM thing isn't going to go away anytime soon. And it's going to be less than, like, the supply is going to continue to dwindle because they just aren't making as much. as they used to. So this is inevitable.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, it's concerning because like, I don't know. I want to keep playing games. I want to keep playing new games as well. But and the way it's heading, like they focus too much on my pockets and not making sure I'm having a great experience with this stuff. And I don't know, it's disheartening. Just to say the least. I don't understand why Xbox is continuing to rise. I mean, I get it, money, but like,
I know why.
Yeah, I know why, but like the sensibility behind it is not there. It just don't make it's not clicking for me. But I don't know. I find it interesting because like, okay, you raise the prices or whatever. Who's buying? Right.
Exactly. Because everything is more money. Like I was really talking about, I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was just talking about how like everything is increasing. I was like, yeah, I have to renew my car insurance because certain things like my car insurance is now $100 more a month. This is increasing. Gas, even though gas has gone down, gas is still more than $1 more, at least where I am, when it was before the war started.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's still higher than what it was. You know, so I'm still paying more money. It still trickles down to food. You know, some things have gone down, but let's be realistic. Even with the tariffs, and again, not to get political, a lot of things went up. The tariffs went away. Things are still up. The prices ain't changed.
Right.
So it's one of those things where like, okay, who really can afford this? And not even if you can't afford it, is it worth the money anymore? Right. You know, we've talked about the Switch 2, and one of the things I said early on about the Switch 2 when they announced that price is not worth the money, in my opinion. It's not worth the money, even more so because, again, you don't own your games. You get key cards. You know, I'm not paying $450, $500 for a game system that, one, again, as I said before, has outdated specs, but of course the RAM and everything factored into that, you know. But also, I don't own my games.
Right.
Like that game's not on a cartridge. It's bad enough where, yes, most of the games I buy now are digital. That's also why I rarely buy any like brand new games. Most things I buy are older stuff or like the beat 'em ups, like things that are inconsequential as regards to wanting physical media, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping $80 on a new game and not having a disc. I was upstairs. I'm like, oh yeah, I did buy that, you know, disc of Halo 5 for like $2.99 at a random GameStop Mondawmin Mall because I was there. I just looked up Fight Night Part 3. You can get Fight Night Part 3 for $5 for PS3 from GameStop. Okay. Xbox Digital Store and probably PlayStation Digital Store, it's $20. That's where that physical media market, the supply and demand goes into play. Now, mind you, Fight Night is a game that is routinely on sale for like $3.99. Okay, so I'm not hating on that. Like it does go on sale, but I use it as an example because one, I just saw it today. Two, it is one that should not be like that game should perpetually be $5. It is literally, it came out 20 years ago.
Yeah. Should never be double digits.
No. All those Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare 2, should not be $20, $30. And we talking about the one that came out on 360 PS3. It should not be $20, $30. Actually, how much is it? Let me check and see. Because I know that it's going to make me mad. Because it's just one of those things that, you know, doesn't make any damn sense.
And I don't think it's meant for us to make sense. I think they don't care. Yeah, I think let's go do what they want to do.
Modern Warfare 3 on Xbox is $30. Modern Warfare 2 and 4 are $20. And these are the ones that came out 360 PlayStation 2 era. And I'm just like, wait a minute, when did this come out? When did Modern Warfare 3 come out? Is it listed here? 2011. So, and mind you, that game probably launched at $40 back then.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, or $49.99. So you're telling me, after all of these years, 15 years later, I'm still paying $30 for a digital copy of this game when I guarantee you if I find it physical, it's a lot cheaper. And that's what I'm talking about, keeping those prices artificially high.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things as far as digital media, why it works in favor of these corporations. They keep the prices high and you don't own anything. So if there's anything that happens, they lose a license, look, God forbid somebody hacks that system, because we know PlayStation has been hacked a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Like your username, your account could be gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can never get it back. And all your games are tied to that.
Right.
Like there's so many things that could happen with that. I say same thing with Steam and X. I mean, it's not just Sony, but Sony's been prone to hacks over the years and very recently at that. So that's a big thing. And we have no control over the purchases we make. I forget what the movement is, Stop Killing Games movement in England and whatnot, which came all over the crew, where they're trying to force EU to have some of the legislation where companies have an end of life plan for a game that is, a live service and whatnot, because the crew, they just said, oh, well, this game is ending, and they delete it from people's libraries after they pay for it.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Right.
It's one of those things where you get a limited license, you don't know when it ends. And once that company says, oh, this game is dead and we're going to delete it, you can't act just like Friday the 13th, that the horror game. That game, no service went offline. So even if you have it, you can't play that game. Well, that's pretty fucked up. That you purchase this game, like there should be some sort of end of life contingent where you can still play that game offline.
Right.
And that is where all of this comes into play. There's too much control, and we as consumers, we pay our money for this product, and because it's digital and there's all these bells and whistles, once these companies feel like it's not in their best interest to continue with these games are dead. And they can just be yanked from storefronts, yanked from even this, it's not even a digital, it's that Avengers EA game.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah, the Avengers game. I
bought the disc, but because they yanked it, it still does not allow me to download the game, because I still have to I can't play the game off the disc. It requires me to download it. And since it's gone, I can't play the disc.
Yeah, that's
it literally
crazy.
Stops. I've had the disc maybe a year now. It literally stops downloading at 54% every single time.
Damn.
Like, so this is the thing, that over reliance on digital is really, and I don't want to be hyperbolic in saying this, but it is a real canary in a coal mine as far as like what could possibly be the death of gaming as we know it. And again, I don't want to be hyperbolic. I don't want to be doom and gloom, because don't get me wrong, digital games, being able to go to my Xbox or whatever, download a game is absolutely awesome. But there are times where I want the physical copy. That Star Trek came to the game a couple years ago, Resurgence. I wanted a physical copy. The physical copies did not come out at launch. And then even when they did, they only had physical copies, and physical copies like 2 months later for Switch and PlayStation.
Damn.
And then it was limited run. I'm like, dude, I literally went to like 3 stores trying to find that game.
Wow.
Only to have to download it digitally. I was pissed because I wanted the disc. I wanted to hold it. Like that was a game I was looking forward to. I wanted to own and have that game and all the bells and whistles that came with it. And there was nothing but a digital download to my Xbox, and it was a great game, but still I feel like I'm an old man talking about physical media in this way. But there is something
No, that's absolutely understandable. Because you're a consumer, and this is something that you're passionate about. Like, I don't know, we find hobbies or things that we like to do, and it's like we want to have full access to it. I'm the same way. I didn't I didn't get the physical copy of the Avengers game, but I did download I downloaded and played the actual game up until they cut the live server aspect of it. But I at least appreciated that they were like you could still play the game, but anything dealing with the internet when it comes to the game is done. It's like, okay, cool. I can finish out the rest of these stories for these characters or whatever. And then when I'm finished and there's nothing else to do and run around and repeat missions, and that's done. I'm done with the game.
Right.
That's fine. But for you, like it's for somebody to have a copy of it and try to play it, and the literal hardware is telling them no because the pieces that they need from the internet don't exist there anymore. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Like, why did I spend the money, or why did you take my money if you're just gonna like shut the game down? That kind of feel like robbery. I feel like I should be able to file some kind of something and get my money back because I bought it. I'm supposed to have it. There's probably some kind of stuff in the agreement where it's like, you could take this away from me at any time. You buying at your own risk, but like that's still predatory.
Yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous. And it's predatory. And again, at any point in time, what if these game companies go belly up? Let's be real. It's real. It could really happen.
Yeah,
it could really happen.
Once things start getting scarce out here, there's not going to be too much spending money on stuff we know we're not going to be able to keep. That would be a waste.
Yep. Well, I mean, for real, like there with all the things on Microsoft, one of the things that they said Xbox, what Microsoft thinks about was spinning off Xbox into its own wholly owned subsidiary. Well, what if that happens? What if they go out of business? What happens to our games? Do you think Microsoft, and again, companies do things in the best interest of their company and their bottom line. Whether you like it or not, and the shadiness of it is a whole nother conversation, but that's what they do.
Right.
Do you think that company is going to think it's in their best interest to continue to host and make sure these players continue to be able to play the games of a subsidiary that is defunct? No.
Absolutely not.
No. Same thing with Sony. Remember, PlayStation is a subsidiary of Sony Corporation. While it is a cash cow, it is still a subsidiary. It is still part of them. What happens when they are making money? Like there's so many things that can happen, and then you don't own anything, and things are tied to servers and have to check the internet, and there's so many things that can go wrong to fuck over the consumer in all of these situations. And the only thing that really works in consumers is I can go downstairs, I can go and take that DOA 2 disc that I have that I bought on eBay from the Xbox One era, and then slide that bad boy into my Xbox One and play it. And I don't have to worry about any internet checks. I don't have to worry about the disc downloading anything not working from the internet. It just works. And that's what's always in the best interest of the consumer. It works. I bought it. I own it. I can play it. It shouldn't be anything else other than that. And the further we get away with that, in addition to the increasing prices of games, as well as, well, more importantly, game systems, your player base is going to dwindle. And this is one of the things I saw people commenting about the movie industry, which is actually bouncing back now. Which has bounced back, but one of the things was like AMC, like they were seeing people go down, so they started raising their ticket prices and raising concession prices. So the people that are still going, you are going to then squeeze them out of more money instead of finding a way to bring more people into the theater. And that's exactly what gaming is doing. You are squeezing, you are making it harder for people to get in. And then you are squeezing more money out of the people already there, much like the subscription services, much like the games increasing to $80, or more and more games will have deluxe editions. And I hate that, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Deluxe
just
editions where basically like this is the base game, but if you want the full game, you got to pay $30 more or
right.
$40 more. Like that is some utter bullshit.
It is. I wonder also how much this current, presidential administration's attack on like consumer protections plays a role in this stuff. Because I mean, to be like, I don't know if you
What
think
consumer
about it,
protections?
huh?
What consumer protections?
That's what I'm saying.
You got a Consumer Protections Board, the whole agency that's supposed to do that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how much of this is an effect of that. Because would they be a way, would companies be a way to, would companies be able to get away with stuff like this if there was something in place, strict government owned and operated, like you cannot do this to people who are buying your stuff. Fix it. I don't think so. But
No.
we were seeing shady things happening even before he came in and did what he did with the Consumer Protection Agency. So who knows? But I don't know. I just feel like less restrictions does it gives people the space and opportunity to like get greedy. And we see that in every other market, every other realm of, capitalism. So I think that has something to do with it, at least in my opinion, just because it don't make sense in any other way. Like, how are they getting away with this? Why are they doing this? Because they can, and they want more of your money. That makes sense, but it's like it's not fair.
Right. No, I agree with you on that one, and it's crazy. But with that, let's turn to games that actually come out this weekend. It's slim pickings this week, one because it's a holiday. But two, it seems like we get a lot of higher profile releases next week. But let's get into Ladybug dropping on PS4, 5, Xbox Series System, Switch. 1 and 2 released by Universal Games in 1981 and later ported to the ColecoVision and Intellivision. Ladybug is a maze chaser that replaces a yellow pie with a bright red insect and ghost and with nasty looking pests. Ladybug fits the mazes and with revolving panels, and players can use to configure the maze and block their six from approaching nasty. So this is dropping. This is 45-year-old game, and they're charging $10 for it too, by the way, because I saw that when I was looking up everything. So I don't know if that's a good or bad price, if that's the only thing they're doing, but hopefully it's some extra bells and whistles, and we'll see maybe there's more there when we watch the trailer. Next up is Rhythm Heaven Groove on the Switch. Tune in and groove to a collection of games that will change your rhythm or challenge your rhythm. See if you can time your button presses to the beat across new rhythm games that are easy to learn and rewarding to master. Over 80 rhythm games for solo play and over 30 for co-op and competitive multiplayer. Catch flying veggies, bounce fruit off your biceps. That's weird. Swinging sledgehammers and other activities, all to the beat. Gather up to 4 players around a single system to slice arrows, pluck hair from onions. Onions have hair. Okay. And more. There is also an unlockable mode called Beat Spell. Use the magical power of rhythm to cast spells to defeat monsters, featuring catchy original music, including tracks by renowned Japanese artist Senku. I believe the T is silent. But the Beat Spell sounds like the most interesting part of this whole thing to me.
Yeah. This whole synopsis sounds interesting. I'm trying to visualize it, but I can't. So that means I need to see the trailer.
Right. And last we have, do you really know soccer? No, I don't. On the Switch. Get ready for a challenge full of excitement, trivia, and passion for the world's most beloved sport. Do you really know soccer? Every correct answer takes one step closer to the top of the legendary football tower, where only true football masters can reach, which is appropriate release considering we are in the round of 16 or people are going. We're toward the end of the World Cup. I'm not gonna act like I know because I don't. I just know the U.S. won. Sorry.
U.S.
won. DR Congo lost, which I was heartbroken about because that story is amazing. If you've been following that online, so, all right, let's get into. Do you really know soccer?
I don't. Tell me more. Yeah.
Music is great.
Right. Fitting.
All of it so fast.
Right. Okay. That's
right.
Interesting. I wonder how many questions they got there. Yeah. I wonder how many questions the game got. They're gonna add more questions as like DLC and stuff. This would be simpler if you guys just made it a mobile game. I think it'll fit. Put it on, in the Play Store and in the App Store and do that. Why are we going to Switch? Right. Oh, maybe because it's a party game too. Technically, it's trivia, so it can be.
Yeah.
But still, mobile. I think that's probably where you guys will shine the best. But like a cool game based on what it's supposed to do. Trivia, soccer.
I agree. All right, next up, we have Rhythm Heaven Groove.
In the Rhythm Heaven Groove game, don't see the beat. Feel the beat. There it is. Just wait for the cue. Perfect. And now you're in the groove. Challenge your rhythm while playing solo or multiplayer in over 80 rhythm games. Rhythm Heaven Groove. Available now on the Nintendo Switch system. A free demo is also available now on Nintendo eShop.
We always like free demos.
Right. That sounds like a cool little party game.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It fits right there as a Switch title. So
yeah, definitely.
All right, and last we have the unknown classic from 1981, Ladybug.
Damn. 1981. Oh. Okay, that's the fact, man.
I like being able to your game.
Trap the spider there? Uh-oh.
That's kind of neat.
Right. Okay. What's this like? This I see.
Yeah, this is one I never saw in the arcades.
Right. And then, so how do you beat them? Is he like hitting them with the thing?
Yeah.
see that wall turning thing? That's a game changer there.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that we don't remember this, and it didn't. You know what? Everything was sort of in the shadow of Pac-Man at that time, so I get it.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things where that looks like such an interesting take on that premise that I'm surprised that it doesn't have more notoriety as far as history is concerned.
I agree. When did Pac-Man come out? In the 70s?
I think early, maybe early 81. Hold on, Pac-Man release date.
Yeah, because I feel like you would hear Pac-Man is popular. I feel like you said, one of its gaming sons should have been
1980. So this came out the year after Pac-Man.
The year after.
I can see that was still the height of Pac-Man fever, and
Pac-Man was coming back with 2. Miss Pac-Man being ready to drop.
Yeah, I think probably Miss Pac-Man was probably out by then too, because they were cranking those bad boys out quick, fast, in a hurry.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth $9 though, or $10. It was $9.99. Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's not.
No, this game like that, pretty obscure, unheard of. Yeah, and again, especially when I just talked about how the Atari DLC with Namco with like 8 to 10 games, retail price is $8, and I bought it for like $5.59. So it's that one game. If there's nothing else, no extra bells and whistles, no different versions. Yeah, I can't see that being a $10 game.
Nah, they're strictly targeting the people who know about the game and like, oh my gosh,
which ain't many at all.
Right.
But that's our take on the games this week and everything going on in gaming news. At least all the important stuff we want to bitch about.
Right.
Ryan, what's going on with you over at Sapphire Out Loud?
Nothing. It's they're celebrating this country's birthday soon, and so I'm just going to enjoy my free day off and chill. That's pretty much it.
My free days off.
Yeah, that's what I'm for to do. But yeah, nothing for the pod this particular week. I've just been enjoying what I've been watching, TV and stuff. Just kind of chilling. Okay. I'm going to be I'm going to DreamCon next week. So very, very focused on that.
Okay.
And what about you? What's going on?
Let's see. I got an interview dropping with London Ford tomorrow, video, and then Monday the audio, and then week after that Mariah May drops. I got a couple more. Still gotta get edit and publish in the can, but you guys hear about those a little bit later, and got a couple other interviews coming up down the pipe. So not necessarily all adults, but those are going to be interesting once those are in the can. But that's pretty much about me. Just last week, I enjoyed my birthday. 4th of July this week.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. I'm getting close to 50. Not there yet, but I'm getting close.
It's okay.
Look, I'm grateful. Look, the fact that I can say that I am 48 years old is a blessing,
very
especially
much
after last year.
So
I'm just like, hey, I claim it, I enjoy it, I embrace it, and that's what I'm doing. And
that's good.
So it's all good, man. It's all good. But make sure you check out Brian over Sapphire Out Loud. Check me out, Webster Style. But where you are, Nerds Through a World. Make sure you follow us for your gaming content, wrestling content, movies, anything that's nerdy. We got it over here. Yeah. Follow us Instagram New Release Wednesday, Twitter at the NRW, and remember your YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.